just a short drive portion of this video. Picked up the Camaro from the detailer. The paint looks incredible. I'll get some video or pictures of the paint. I still need to get the headlights swapped out, and I still need to get comfortable driving this thing. I'm not used to driving these domestic muscle car type cars. 6-speed trans. This is the 99 Camaro SS. So, and I'm recording on my iPhone. The GoPro died, so my POV isn't that great, but I will get some POV later as the trees change color and everything this fall. I'll log a few miles on this. Don't have any major plans with it as it's gonna get parked soon. Typically these cars like this, they'll get parked for a good portion of the year as we are getting close to the dreaded winter. The winter has its own beauty, but it tears up these cars. With, you know, northern Michigan, they throw a lot of salt on the roads and everything to keep traction. So the car is gonna sit, it's gonna go into hibernation. What are we at? We're in the beginning of September. I'll probably run it through into October at some point, and then it's going to go into a climate control storage with a bunch of other cars that are in the same type of category. So not a whole lot more. I did buy some parts for the car. Like I'm going to throw the headlights in. The headlights that are on this are like faded out and everything. So I'm going to get those installed. I'll show you what that looks like. I'm supposed to be working on the green Civic, so I need to get that completed. Some more the parts I needed arrived, so I don't have any excuses. Now I just need to actually do the work. So that'll probably happen maybe a little bit this afternoon, Saturday, and then a little bit on Sunday. What else is going on? Oh, September 21st. I'll do a standalone video on this, but September 21st, I'll be down in Lafayette, Indiana at the Trifecta brick and mortar showroom. So if you're within driving distance of Lafayette, Indiana, meet me there. September 21st, we'll have a good time, some deals on watches, and just hang out. Overall, just have a good time. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to show of the driving, because I'm recording this with my iPhone and it's not easy. So, as you can see, the paint turned out pretty dang amazing. And I will be going back to the shop that I had. So they're friends of mine who have been friends for like 20 years or whatever. So Jen and Rudy. I think Jen actually did all the work on it, but they get some pretty amazing cars in there. I'm going to go and highlight some of those and highlight some of their work and actually kind of promote their channel and talk them into, well, they've always had a YouTube channel, but I think they should rekindle it and do some more. You can see these headlights are pretty faded out. I'm going to get those new ones installed. And there's like stone chips and everything on the hood. This was a driver's car, still will be. So I'm not going to do a respray or anything like that. I got to do some alignment on the bumper, get the headlights in. But the paint looks dramatically better than it did. That's for sure. And I ordered those new wheels, but man, I don't know if I'm going to put them on because I'm really afraid to, again, this car's not perfect, but to get the 11-inch wide wheels to fit in the back, I think you got to roll these fenders, and I don't want to do that because it's probably going to crack the paint and stuff. You got to do some clearancing. So I'd almost rather get these wheels restored a little bit and get some new rubber on these. I might just do that. Who knows what the future holds, but yeah, the car turned out great. Interior looks great. You know, for its age and its miles and everything like that, it's incredible. So, yeah. I'm excited to continue on what my brother had started, and we'll see where we end up. All right, got the headlights in. Still lots of tweaking to do. This whole corner has been like doctored with, so like you can see it in the bumper and the way the bracket is and everything. So that's going to require more finesse work than I'm willing to do right now. So, and I might even employ a buddy of mine that's really good at lining up panels, because this is all like kind of flexible material too, so it gets real tricky real fast. But dramatic change with just the headlights going in, yeah, they'll have to be aimed, and I'll have to get some different bulbs for them too. They're just halogens. I'll probably switch over to LEDs. So, but yeah, that looks way cleaner. Filled up. The noises this thing makes, I'm not used to. You can hear a lot of the, I'm assuming it's the transmission noises that I'm mostly hearing. So I'm still getting used to driving this. Not a huge fan, if I'm completely honest, of the F-body. This is a 99 Camaro SS. Not a huge fan of the seating position, or maybe I'm just not used to it yet. I'm sure once I log more miles with it, that things will become more comfortable. So we're just gonna do a little morning drive, and then I have to get back and stop procrastinating. I have, I believe, all the parts I need to get that H22 swap back in that green Civic. So hopefully that's today's work. But also I'm doing a Sunday Fun Day sales, so yeah, with watches. So this car cleaned up really nice from the detailer. I had ambition to lower it, put the different wheels on it and everything like that, but being so close, or this late in the season, I think I might just take it to a couple of Cars and Coffee or a little car meetups or something like that, and then it'll get parked for the winter season. It'll get winterized and parked. So, and then in the spring I'll hopefully have processed what I really want to do with it. So this is my brother's car. He passed in December, so I was able to acquire it, and I'm slowly doing better with the emotional side of things with all of that. But my brother, while he had the car, he acquired a bunch of parts. He had plans, and I'm still talking to his buddy Greg, who was more knowledgeable of what my brother's plans were with the car, and my intention is to like complete those plans. So I'm talking to Greg and trying to formulate a plan. A lot of the plans involved a cam and headers, which all those parts have already been acquired. There's, you know, you still need like the timing chain stuff and just some maintenance stuff. And then I need to talk to, there's a guy over in Gaylord that is known for working on these LS engines. I'm not going to tackle it myself. I'd rather have somebody that knows exactly what they're doing open this thing up, and you know, maybe the engine needs to come out to accomplish that. I don't know. It's the way these engines sit in these cars. They're like down and really far back. It's not too far from in front of us. Really, there's a lot of almost dead space in front of the engine before you in front of the car. So pretty interesting design. Probably to keep the balance of the car and everything. So yeah, I'll be talking to some people, figuring out a plan, coming up with the money. I did sell the Civic Si, so that freed up some money because I did owe money on that. So and I don't know that I'm going to replace it because I don't really need a car. Like, I have my company vehicle that I just start and finish my day job from my house, and then we have my wife's car, 22 RAV4 hybrid. We like that car. We like the hybrid. We like using that for road trips and stuff. So, and then this would be the summer, leisure vehicle. In Michigan, a vehicle that's 26 years or older can be registered as a historical vehicle. So I may do that next year. I already insure it through Haggerty as a leisure vehicle, and that's exactly what it is. Like, it'll get driven maybe in the morning like this, to a Cars and Coffee or a sunset cruise. It'll never get driven to a doctor's appointment or a store or anywhere where there's like non-car people parking next to it. That will never happen. It won't go on like big long road trips. It'll be driven and then returned to base, or it'll be driven and parked amongst other car people. So, and there's a lot of car events in my area, and I'm sure in your area as well. There's always something going on to immerse yourself into that hobby. So, been a long time. Honestly, like over the last couple of years, I've been like slowly rekindling that passion I had for cars and driving and everything. So I'm excited to implement this vehicle, this Camaro, my brother's. I got to stop saying it's my brother's Camaro. It's my Camaro now, but honoring him. So with it, because this isn't a vehicle that I typically. My brother and I were completely different when it came to cars. Like, I was much more into the Japanese car scene, maybe even to the Euro scene a little bit. He'd always stayed true to the American muscle cars. He'd owned a bunch of really cool, unique cars. We did have that in common. We did like cars that were maybe a little bit different than the norm. One of his favorite cars was I forget what year it was, but it was, I think, a 90-ish, right? But Mercury Cougar XR7 with that 3.8 liter supercharged, and he had a manual transmission. Beautiful, beautiful car. And at the same time, his good buddy, who is, I'm still friends with, Jimmy, he had the same generation. I want to say it was like a 92, 93 Taurus SHO, and he had the manual transmission as well. So it was really cool. But they both have owned, Mustangs and Camaros and everything like that. So that's kind of how I grew up, is immersed into the American muscle cars and sports cars. But I shouldn't say I never owned them. I have owned them. I have owned a few. So, but never really gravitated toward them, never really bonded with them. So, and my bond with this car is completely different. It's more of an emotional bond. I feel very connected to my brother while driving this, and it's difficult to even think about or talk about, so we're just going to leave it at that. So, quick drive. We're just headed further west. We can't go too far west because we're going to hit Lake Michigan. Actually, like, past this stop sign, if you were to go straight up over that hill. We'll just drive up there. We'll drive up there, we'll get out, and I'll show you. This is an area that, because I work out in this area, this is M22. See this? I may or may not edit that out. The space that I have right here is bizarre. Like, I just hit my rig on the pillar here. Even the shifting of it and everything I'm getting used to. So they're going up there. So if we turn here. Go up this road. And then this just dead ends over a bluff overlooking Lake Michigan. So I'll show you that, and then that's where we'll end the video, because I already have a bunch of other video that I'm putting before this. So there's going to be little to no form to this video or cohesion to it. It's just kind of a random splice together. There's been many times, there's been a couple houses for sale up this road. I always said I'm going to keep moving west until I hit water. I'm about 8 miles inland from this, where I live now. Roughly 8 or 10. But there's been a couple places for sale down this road. And my wife and I, we haven't done it. We haven't committed to it, but one day we might. Here's a motorcycle trying to start. He's got a dog with him tied to a gas can, and he can't start it. Interesting. I don't know that I'm gonna get out, because I don't know what that dog's gonna do. Anyway, this is the Lake Michigan shoreline. How is he riding his motorcycle around with a dog? Oh, it's starting to fire off. I guess we'll just watch this. There it goes, he fired it off. No exhaust, nice and loud. Dog barely startled. He's carrying his dog poo with him. That's such a weird thing. Everybody picks up their dog poo and then just carries it around. Okay, the dog just runs along with okay. Interesting. You never know what you're gonna see when you go out in the wild, I suppose. So yeah, here's the shoreline. There's the Camaro. Bunch of stairs. You can go down there and rock hunt or hang out on the beach or whatever. We got some boats out there. That's Frankfurt around the corner. Just a beautiful place to visit and live and work and all of that stuff. So anyway, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.